So here's a word problem that we have to solve using the Pythagorean Theorem. And it says John leaves school to go home. He walks 10 blocks north and then 15 blocks west. How far is John from the school? Well, if some of us don't remember our directions, I like to always sometimes give myself a little key right here. So I know that this is north, south, east, west. So now if he says he walks 10 blocks north, I know north is going up. And I will label this 10. That's my leg. Or that could be leg A. And then he walks 15 blocks west, which I know is going to the left. And I will label that 15, which is my B for my second leg. And it says, how far is John from the school? Well, I now know this is my longest leg, which is my hypotenuse. I have my right angle. And now I can start with my Pythagorean theorem, since I need to now determine what my hypotenuse is, C, which is supposed to be my longest side. So we should now know that the Pythagorean theorem formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I know that A is 10, so I have that in my parentheses, and it's telling me to square my A, which is 10, plus my variable B is 15, and I'm going to square that, equals, I still don't know what c squared is, so I'll still bring that down. So I know when I evaluate 10 squared, that will give me 100, because that's 10 times 10. Plus, when I evaluate 15 times 15, that gives me 225, or 15 squared. And I still don't know what c squared is, so I will bring down c squared, because they didn't give us any value for c. So when I add 100 plus 225, I get 325, and I still bring down my c squared. Now remember, this c squared is two c's, c times c, and I just need to find one of them. And in order to do that, I have to take the square root of c squared, and whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. And I know that the square root of c squared is just c, when I just take one of them. And I know that the square root of 325 is a very, very long decimal. So now let's say they want you to round to the nearest tenth. Because the square root of 325 is 18.0278. And it keeps going on and on and on. The actual decimal is 18.027756377319995. It's too long. So usually they'll tell you to round to a nearest decimal number. So in this case, let's round to the nearest tenth. And if we were to do that, we need to look at our hundredths column. So if this is our decimal, this is our tenths place, yes, that we need to round to. But we need to look at our hundredths number, which is 2. This number is less than 5. So since this number is less than 5, we don't need to round up. We just leave the number where it is. So in this case, we just need that right there. So our length of C is just 18.0 or just 18. So how far is John from the school? That answer would be 18. And is that still the longest side? Well, yes, it is, because leg A is 10. That's the shortest. Leg B is 15, shortest, second shortest. And hypotenuse C, the longest side. So this lets me know that my Pythagorean theorem worked, and I know that I did that correctly.